Good morning, I'm Karthika MBA21037. So today I'll be presenting about the topic flexible manufacturing system. Flexible manufacturing system is a production method which is designed easily to adapt to changes in the type and quantity of the product being manufactured. Basically, it means that it is a flexible system which would allow to adapt to the predicted and both unpredicted changes, and it is suited for mid variety and mid production range. So this system helps in the production and makes it easy for the production. Even the complicated production is made easy with the use of flexible manufacturing system. So this is the layout of flexible manufacturing system. So here we can see that the machines are arranged and the materials will be passed through the network. So to achieve a high productivity, this FMS or flexible manufacturing system has been used, and this layout is said to be very efficient, and the materials flow path is clear and very well designed and arranged in a systematic manner. So it allows in a large percentage of production and less amount of production cost. So flexible manufacturing system helps in reducing the production cost because the manufacturing system are said to be very flexible, so that the production cost is relatively lesser than those without using an FMS. So next is it optimizing the manufacturing cycle time. The cycle time will be very optimized. There is no wastage of time. It is done in a systematic manner. And next is overcoming internal changes. This manufacturing system would help us look into the both predicting and unpredicting changes that would happen in a production unit. So it'll be there is no wastage of time. There is no higher production, and also proper production cost of the company will also be lower. So this is all about FMS. So next is the 4 types of FMS. These are the types of FMS, that is sequential, random, dedicated, engineering and modular. What is sequential FMS? Sequential FMS means that it manufactures one type of part and then prepares to manufacture another type in a predetermined sequence. These small batch will be flexible and will be done in a transfer line, and it manufactures one type of a part, then it manufactures the other type of a part. This is a sequential FMS. That is, every production will be done in a sequential manner, and this is all about sequential FMS. Next is about random FMS. Random FMS, it's that random mix, as the name suggests, random mix of mix parts will be varied configuration at any given time using the machines that are able to handle a mix of product specification. That is, it is basically a sophisticated setup which would allow to design complex designs. Also, there will be a specialized system, and only fixed selected parts will be produced in random FMS. So next is the dedicated FMS. Dedicated FMS is that it is a kind of random FMS, but here it won't produce a large variety of parts, but only be producing a limited mix of products, but will also have production will be done for a long period of time and will make the production rate higher. So it is basically designed for fixed selected parts, but it will be selecting only a very limited mix. It's not like random FMS. So the last one is the modular FMS. Modular FMS basically helps the operator to switch between sequential, dedicated and other types of FMS. So these are the types of FMS. Now we'll move into the core components of FMS. Core components of FMS are basically workstations, material handling and storage setups, computer systems and managers and operators. So to talk about workstation, the processing assembly equipment used in the FMS will depend on the type of work accomplished by the system. So in workstation, there will be loading and unloading station, machine station. All these machines will be properly arranged in the workstation for a proper production of proper arrangements of this FMS. So next is a material handling and storage system. So material handling and storage system is the functional handling system material equipments typically based in the FMS. Proper material handling and storage of this FMS products will be done here. So next is a computer system. Computer system, in order to operate these FMS, it includes a distributed computer system that is interface for the workstations, material handling system, and other hardware components. So it consists of a central components and many subcomputers, and the central computer will be managing all the subcomputers, and this is how it works. So next, last one is the managers and operators. It is basically the human resource that is needed for the working of these flexible manufacturing system. All the operations are basically done under the control of the laborers in the manufacturing unit. So in order for the loading and unloading of the system work parts, in order to rectify any complaints that happens to the system, for everything we need workers or laborers. So managers and operators are the very important part, and without them the work of these flexible manufacturing system cannot be done. So these are the core components of the FMS. So next we'll move to the types of FMS layouts. So we've seen the FMS layout in the previous slide, and there are types of FMS layouts. It is progressive or line type, loop type, ladder type, open field type, and robot sender type. So to talk about progressive or line types, you can see in the figure given below, the machines and handling systems are arranged in a line in this type of system, and it flows in a unidirectional path. That means that it is done unanimously in a uniform manner, that it will be arranged in a line as the name suggests, and it moves from the starting to end point of the production unit in a unidirectional path. So this is the progressive or line type. The next is the loop type. Loop type, as the name suggests, it usually move in one direction around the loop. So you can see on the figure that the loading and unloading stations are typically located at one end of the loop. So this is the loop type. So next is the ladder type. That is it looks like a ladder that you can see on the figure, and the loading and unloading station, it's typically located at the same end. So it's actually the loading station starts from an end, and after the production after the manufacturing, the unloading station is also in the same end. That's why it is known as a ladder type. Next is the open field type. Open field type, it's that the loading or unloading station, it's typically located at the same end, and the paths will go through all substation. There will be many substations, so will be moving through all the substation. Will there be coordinating measuring machines and wash stations? So there will be one substation one after the other. This is an open field type. The last one is a robot sender type. So robot sender type is that relatively it's a new form of flexible manufacturing system in which there will be one or more robots, and they'll be handling all the material handlings in the manufacturing system. So these are the types of layouts in a flexible manufacturing system. So next we'll move into factors influencing FMS. These are the factors that is influencing FMS, that is availability of raw materials. In order for the production to happen properly, we need proper raw materials. If the raw materials are not available and the manufacturing will not happen properly, even one raw materials is not available, means that the production will not be done in efficient manner. So these factor is one of the main that influence the FMS. So next is the proximity of market. Proximity of market and transport facilities are also an integral part. That is, after the production, proper transportation is needed, and even though we have raw materials, if it cannot be transported properly, it will be a problem. Next is availability of efficient and cheap labor. Cheap labor in the sense that we need human resource or human labor for the working to happen in the FMS. As we know, it's basically a machine, and to operate a machine we need skilled people who can be able to control and be properly able to hold all control the system, or else it will be not be able to do the production. So next is the availability of power, water, and fuel. it's not it also need electricity also, and power, water and fuel. Without fuel, the running of the machine will not be properly done. So these can be said as basically the resources needed to work the FMS properly. So next is the atmospheric and climate condition. For every production to happen properly, the climate condition, atmosphere for the production should be good, or else the production won't happen properly. So these are the basic factors that influence. So about the advantages of FMS is that you can see a large variety of same products. Large variety of same products in the sense that the manufacturing machines have a proper arrangement. As we see in the layout and all, there are different types of layouts, and there will be systematic production. So large variety of same products can be produced during the production that is done using an FMS. Next is a profitable investment. Profitable investment means that buying these products or buying these machines is actually a profitable investment, because using man-made labor or the human labor for these production would take a large amount of time and also a high cost. So it is actually a production reducing system. So sorry, reducing production cost reducing system. So it's basically a very good profitable investment. So next is a required limited inventory, low labor cost, flexible system and speedy production. So low labor cost is that we don't need many people to work to operate these manufacturing system. So that will only require skilled people. So basically it's a low labor cost, and also the same time it's a speedy production. As it's a machine oriented production, all the works will be done in a systematic manner, and everything will be arranged in a systematic manner. So there will be speedy production happening using FMS. So as we have advantages of FMS, we also have disadvantages. So the first disadvantages of FMS is that it's a complex system. So these production manufacture or a flexible manufacturing system is very complex. Its designs is very complex. Its technology or its function is very complex. So without knowing or without having a proper knowledge about these systems, we won't be able to have a proper working done on the system. So it is a complex system. And next one, it requires highly skilled technicians in the sense that whenever if there is a problem is happening in the machines, with on the normal laborers won't be able to rectify it. So for proper maintenance we need highly skilled technicians. Without them the working cannot be done. So to have highly skilled technicians, we have to mainly afford them. So it is actually a bit of labor cost increasing as well. So next is the need of high level of planning. So in order to arrange it in a systematic manner, efficient planning have to be done. So there are many layouts. So we have to choose which layout will be proper for the efficient production of the particular product in a unit. So higher planning is needed to work this flexible manufacturing system. So the last disadvantage is that it demands high initial investment. So in order to afford these highly manufacturing products, we have to give a proper investment into the production unit, into the for buying these flexible manufacturing system. So it demands a high initial investment. So this is all about the disadvantages of flexible manufacturing system. So as I said, flexible manufacturing system is a production method that is designed to easily adapt to the changes that happens in a unit and be able to produce about varieties of products, even similar products or dissimilar products. There are many types of flexible manufacturing system. So it helps in the reducing labor cost. Also it helps in saving time as well, as the production is done in a systematic manner. So this is all about flexible manufacturing systems. So I hope it's clear. So thank you so much.